I think if I answered your question and said, yep, we're just going to run it back, same boys, let's do it again, especially with a tentative retirement from Grant Miller, I think that would probably be negligent from a managerial perspective. So, no, I think, I guess for good or for bad, I will tell you guys that this has probably been the most active I've been in an off season, just in terms of like connecting with my players as well as, other players and other managers, just trying to see kind of like what could maybe work and fit.
What is good, everybody? It's Dynamic here, and today I'm back with another MLW video. Now, I've been uploading every week, so if you like MLW videos, I'm going to ask you to subscribe because what I've been coming with down the chamber is going to be pretty good, especially once the season gets started. So if you like the video, please subscribe. But today, we're going to be talking about why the Magic did so poorly last season. Now, some people think that the Magic might be screwed for next year because Grant Miller is maybe retiring and no one is sure yet, and also the core of the Magic isn't the best with a pick that is high but not the highest in the draft. However, this video isn't about that. It's about why the Magic were so bad last season, especially after winning a World Series. Now, the first thing I will talk about is a little bit obvious, which is complacency. Now, this team went on a huge run from being the worst team in the league the year prior to then last year winning the World Series. And I think when you have to go through all the trials and tribulations and traveling that this team did just to win a World Series like this team did last year, it's very exciting. It's a very happy feeling. But the next season coming around, I think there is a sense that you can kind of just lay back and make it happen again. This isn't even just an MLW thing, but a sports thing in general, as we see it all the time. Teams win Super Bowls, they win championships, and it's harder to come back because they get complacent, they think they can do it again, they don't work as hard. But I also think there's more to it than that with the Magic. First of all, that first series that they played against the Eagles really shut down their momentum for the rest of the season. They first got swept by the team that they were able to beat in the World Series last year. And the Eagles were angry, they wanted to win, they were obviously upset about last year's result, so they came out and they played amazingly. Then from this point on, it was kind of hard for the Magic to get a roll and start beating teams consistently until midway through the season. Now, they have the exact same team as last year, but that first series loss kind of woke them up a bit. Also, RJ Walgate was not pitching nearly as well, but he kind of was able to pick it up again there in the middle of the season as well. However, I think it's irresponsible to claim that RJ Walgate is the reason why this team wasn't able to go back-to-back this year. I do think that he was a key because I think that his pitching just wasn't as dominant. People had seen him on the mound. They had a year's worth of film on him. So it wasn't super hard for other teams to combat him like it was his rookie year. However, that being said, obviously RJ played a key in doing this. The elephant in the room with this team, though, is the hitting. Because obviously Grant Miller's going to do his thing. He batted .310 from the plate this year, but nobody else helped him at all. Seeing that Curdy hit .200 from the plate was a surprise in my eyes because I thought he did much worse than that. Trevor Bonham hit .171 and AJ Ackerman hit a .154. This is not good, and most of those guys weren't hitting home runs either. Not to mention, later in the season, Grant Miller was just being force walked, and nobody else could get it done. I've heard some conversation that the automatic walk needs to be something eliminated from the sport, and I'll just say that I disagree with this because all the automatic walk do is speed up time, so the pitcher doesn't throw it 4 times in the dirt. And if you were going to choose to walk one batter, the other 3 batters need to get the job done. See, you only need one of the 3 batters to not get an out, and the first batter will come back, usually leaving you with 2 guys on the base. That is a huge advantage for the offense, something that the Magic somehow couldn't figure out. Now, player-wise, Jack Egner obviously didn't play the best, but in my opinion, his role on this team is more of a leader and manager and somebody who can play decent defense. He's not really a hitter. And I know he did a lot of that earlier in his career, but I think he's developed into more of a team guy, which is by no means a bad thing. There's also Ackerman, who we expected to take a step up this year, and he definitely had a sophomore slump, but I'm confident that he will be back next year. I think the problem with him really was that he just wasn't seeing the ball the best way possible. He was swinging for the fences, and I don't know what he did the first season compared to this season, if anything changed, but I think that he will bounce back. Then there's the talk of Bonham and Curdy, both of which I think the Magic needs to get rid of. I think Curdy has some potential in this league, but none left with the Magic, and I think Bonham's tenure should just be done because he can help out another team, and we need a second arm with more of a variety because RJ throws similar pitches as well. So when you have a second arm that also throws a limited arsenal, then teams are going to see that really easily. And the defense was really good. Now, I myself am a Magic fan. I have been since probably 2021 or 2022, so it was hard to see what happened this season, but I'm confident that the boys can bounce back, especially if Captain Jack is ready to make some moves. Anyways, this was Dynamic, and peace.